I packed the night before. Sleeping bag, fire kit, 2 days of food. Gran always said, pack for the weather you can't see yet. The forest was quiet in a way only cold forests are. Sound just disappears into the trees. Lunch at a frozen stream. Rice balls, still warm. Green tea from the thermos. I could see the water still. The sky had changed while I was eating. Heavier. The light went strange. Wind where there hadn't been any. Earlier than expected. Three hours from the trailhead. The shelter ahead was too far. I turned back into the trees and started looking for what I needed. 2 fallen cedars, crossed against each other, dry ground underneath, sheltered from above. Branches overlapping like scales, bottom to top, smaller ones woven through. Bracken into every gap. Bracken floor, packed thick. I pressed it down and felt it spring back. Outside, the snow had started. Smallest pieces first by. Thin cedar bark, bone dry. I cupped my hands around the flame and breathed slowly. When it caught nod, real and steady lull, I sat back and looked at it. There's nothing quite like that feeling. Miso soup from melted snow. Rice cake held over the flame until it puffed. Saltier than at home. Exactly right. I thought about Gran. She knew this forest like the rooms of her own house, Bav, by feel, by smell. She took me into the forest every winter, taught me to read the sky, find dry wood, make a meal from very little. She put her hand over mine. Eat slowly. The meal is part of the warmth. I never forgot that. The snow and the cedars veil, not silence. Something more complex, like many pages turning at once. I woke once in the night. The silence had gone deeper. Through the gap below, just stars. Morning the Palin, white and completely still. The blizzard had passed, every branch holding snow. I just stood there. I rebuilt the fire, packed the pot with clean snow. The forest was so still I could hear the flame. Hojicha from a paper packet, roasted and warm in the cold air. I sat with it and didn't think about anything. A branch gave way half, snow falling in a small white cloud. I couldn't help smiling. The warmth moved through me in a wave. The morning is part of the meal. The forest is part of the morning. Bracken scattered back. Cut wood tucked under snow. Left it as close to how I found it as I could. I stood there for a moment before leaving. It had been a good night, better than I expected. Walking downhill through the snow, white, then darker, then white again. I just kept moving. I looked back once, just trees and snow, the shelter already invisible. I turned and kept walking. A stream under the snow, a lull, just a dark line in the white. Water still moving underneath. Follow it down. Down the mountain road, hands in my pockets. Sun out for the first time. My shadow long and blue on the snow. Village outskirts. Chimney smoke. A cat on a wall. The smell of wood fires. I was almost home. My house, the light on, path uncleared goal, I'd been away. I walked toward it feeling quietly, entirely grateful. I stood at the door for a moment before going in. Just stood there, taking in the fact of it. Tea at my own table, both hands around the cup. A cedar twig on the table, carried home without knowing. That felt right.